Hey YouTube, it's Erica, and it's Thursday, June 14th, 2012, and I'm back finally to record my week 6, week 7 update. I'm sorry I've been gone for so long. I've been getting just slower and slower at making videos. The last couple weeks have really just been because I've been out of town and really busy. So anyway, straight to the numbers. I started off my journey at 228 pounds, 228.3 pounds. That was about late March of this year, of 2012. And then my day of surgery was April 26, 2012, and I weighed in at 215.6 pounds. Today, 7 weeks later, I weighed in at 183.6 pounds. So since my last video, which was May 31st, I've lost 5.6 pounds. In week 6, I lost about 1.2 pounds. In week 7, I lost 4.4 pounds. So since the day of surgery, I've lost exactly 32 pounds in 7 weeks. And since my high weight, I've lost 44.7 pounds. So really incredible. When there's weight loss this fast, it's like 1 minute that you can see changes so fast and you don't even realize that they're happening. I catch a glimpse of myself in the mirror and it's like I'm seeing the person I've been wanting to see for a long time, and it's starting to come out. And I know I've said that before, but it's like every day is a little different, and it's a little gift. So anyways, I had an interesting, I said I traveled this last week, and I had an interesting non-scale victory. And that was when I got onto the flight, went into coach, sat down in my seat, and it didn't even dawn on me. Like, I didn't even think about it at all, about the seats and how small they are, and how the last flight, whenever it was, I think it was in December. I went to Maui in December. I think that was the last time I flew. And I remember feeling like I had to sit like this because my body was kind of so wide that if I were to put my arms at my side, they'd kind of want to go out a little bit. And this time I sat in the seat and I just kind of had my hands in my lap and I was fine. I mean, I have wider shoulders, but I was comfortable in the coach seat, and I really wasn't even thinking about it, but I remember feeling a little claustrophobic in my space. So that was really awesome and unexpected, especially with such an early flight on Monday morning. It was nice to have a fun little surprise like that. So with my week of travel for business, it was actually, I should back up. I had a couple things that I wanted to go through before. So so my last video was on May 31st. The next day was my mom's retirement party. She's a teacher. She's been at the same school for 37 years, and she's retiring, and so the school had a party for her, and they did a roast, and it was a very elegant, nice affair, and lots of people I haven't seen in a long time, some of her friends, and some family flew up from LA, so it was kind of a big deal, and it was really, really awesome to see how much respect and admiration the school has for her. Rightfully so. She works incredibly hard, is very good at what she does, and has a personality like no one else I know. So the event was awesome, and it was also really awesome to feel really comfortable with who I was, not feeling like embarrassed about what's happened to Erica since we last saw her, because many of the people I haven't seen in many years. And I know that it made my mom happy too, because I know she was getting worried about me at my higher weights. And so anyway, it was a good event. And then came home, packed up. The next morning, my boyfriend and I had a drive up to a place called Grass Valley, which is past Sacramento, so it was a good 4-hour drive or so. And we had a little adventure that day. So we get up there. It's been kind of a crazy week before that. It's always a crazy week. Get up there, do my hair, do my makeup, put on my dress, wear the shoes. No shoes. Erica forgot the shoes because they didn't fit in the tiny little bag, so I put them aside thinking I'd remember. Of course I'm going to remember the shoes. Well, here they are. Pretty pretty gold shoes with bling, which looks lovely. Very extends the line of the leg because it's kind of a similar color. Looks great with the purple dress, but not so great when they're sitting on the floor at home. So anyway, we had to go to Payless shoe store. Thank God we found something, because otherwise it would have been flip-flops, and which actually would have been fine, but it wasn't fine at the time at all. Bought a pair of shoes that I didn't really like, and then we got on the road to go to the wedding. Already running late, already both of us agitated. And we turn on GPS on the car, and it takes us down some gravelly random road, but we're like, we don't know how else to get there. We're not seeing really anybody else on the road. And then all of a sudden the road ends and it says private property, no trespassing, but GPS is telling us to keep on going. And so, needless to say, we just went in circles, and then finally we were going to give up, and we backtracked, found a gas station, kind of figured out where we were really supposed to go, and got to the wedding a full hour late. So obviously we missed the ceremony entirely, which was, it was upsetting. But we got there, we were able to congratulate them. We were there for the reception, dinner, the party afterwards, and all that. But it was an adventurous day, to say the least. So that was the wedding. And in terms of food, I didn't have any wine or anything. And the entree itself was dry. I had chicken and it was dry, so I didn't really eat much of it. And I basically just kind of drank water. I had some cake. Probably shouldn't have, but I had some cake. And when we got back to the hotel, I had some kind of vegan tofu jerky things. So I had that. I was fine. So not a lot to choose from there. So that was the wedding. So we came back the next Sunday. I think we ended up getting home at 5, 6 o'clock or something. And so immediately, of course, I had to pack up again for my business trip. So my cab picked me up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and my flight left at 6:30, exhausted. And I came prepared enough to have my shaker bottle and some protein powder, a few of the little jerky things, and I had some of the packets of dry soup, like the high protein soup. So I had a few things. I was really relying on the protein powder, though, to get me through. And I made the mistake of taking a protein powder flavor that I haven't tried before. I used the GNC Amplified Waybolic Extreme 60. It's like the most expensive. It's the Cadillac of protein powders at GNC. And their chocolate is really good. It tastes good. It's low fat, low sugar. It blends really easily. So I'm in love with that protein powder, and it's 20 grams per scoop, so it's perfect. I chose to try cookies and cream because it sounded interesting. I like cookies and I like cream, but it tasted like neither cookies nor cream. It wasn't tasty at all, and so I'm stuck with this. Luckily, about mid to late week, I found a GNC that was, I just happened upon it when I was walking around San Antonio, and so I got actually a new shaker bottle. They have smaller ones and the protein powder flavor that I like, and so I was fine. But so my mistake is I didn't really have a game plan. Like I'm thinking to myself, well, how my protein powder with me, what else do I really need? Well, the problem is I went out to lunch with the client every day, and so I had to kind of dance around food and didn't eat much, and I know it was noticeable. I know they kind of saw, because they're like, "Are you okay?" or like, "You're not hungry?" I was kind of like, "No, I'm fine." I just had like a bowl of soup and not really eat much of it, and I knew that nutritionally it wasn't really what I needed, but there really weren't any options on the menu. And then for dinner, what I really should have done is just stick with the protein powder and the jerky or whatever. But instead, I'm like, well, I don't want that. I want something. And I was on the Riverwalk in San Antonio, and so I'd walk around and I'd find restaurants and kind of figure out something, but I was kind of picking things off my plate to make some kind of semblance of a meal, and nothing was really what I would have chosen if I was at home. And I know I had a lot more carbs, I know I had a lot more fat, and the protein quality, I don't know how great it was. So I felt okay. I also took the multis I take at home are liquid, and so I took pills on the road with me, and I know I didn't have as much calcium as I ordinarily would because I just hate those horse pills. I hate them. And I think I got enough multis in for the day, but yeah, overall, and I know I didn't get enough water. So if I were to do it again the right way, I think I would have tried to go in with a good game plan, even knowing that the client lunch would basically be just for show, like not really for a meal. I think I would have had other things in the day kind of ready to go. And I completely abandoned myfitnesspal.com while I was gone. I just said, forget about it. I don't want to like have to figure out every weird little thing that I ate. So, and on MyFitnessPal, I have the same loser. I have the same user ID, so you can look me up there if you're interested. Um, but anyway, so it was a struggle, and then by the end, after the week was done, that next Saturday morning, instead of flying back home to SFO, I flew to Reno, and my boyfriend and he drove up with the dog, and we went to his niece's high school graduation on Saturday. And so we had like kind of family meals and stuff, and I didn't eat at all how I should have. I had a slice of bacon, shouldn't really have had that. We went out to dinner for Japanese, and I had some miso soup. I think that was fine, but then I really couldn't eat anything else, and I don't really like sushi, and so I had green tea ice cream. Ice cream is really easy to eat. Like a full serving, I would have. I think I put away almost all of it. I don't know if I ate all of it, but I could have. It was not hard because it just melts and I don't know, it just basically moves through your stomach into your small intestine, and that's basically it. It doesn't sit anywhere. So that's a bit dangerous. So I think probably gonna have to avoid that completely in the future. So I shouldn't have done that. Once I got home and I weighed myself, I was a little disappointed that it was just a little over a pound in, and I'd been gone for longer than a week. So that was disappointing, but I guess I got right back on track and said, okay, now I'm going back to kind of my soft phase, and I'm going to follow that routine. And weight came off, so that's good. And I really wasn't exercising that much. I was working most of the time in the evening. I'd walk around Riverwalk, but people are going at a snail's pace because they have to look at everything, and they're stupid, so they don't realize other people are around them. So when they just stop in the middle of the road, they forget that they're like getting in everybody else's way. People seriously lose at least 20 IQ points when they go anywhere that has to do with them looking at stuff. I don't know. People drive me crazy. I don't like them very much. But anyways, I'm going on and on. I'm not sure what else I wanted to talk about. I guess the main thing in terms of traveling is it's hard. You're out of your element, and you have to be ready. So if anybody has travel coming up, I would say try to plan ahead. I found actually I did have a couple products I wanted to talk about. They are from K's Natural, both of these items, and the first one is, let's see if I can do this quickly, almond flavor. Cinnamon flavor almond filled protein cookie bites. So in one bag, which is an ounce, you get 110 calories, 2.5 grams of fat, 15 carbs, 3 grams of fiber, 3 grams of sugar, 10 grams of protein. I don't really see how these are almond filled. They're pretty tasty. They taste almost like cereal to me, but I like them. And for 10 grams of protein, that's pretty good. And then the second item is K's Natural Protein Chips Crispy Parmesan. And these I like a lot. And my boyfriend's eaten them, had a bunch as well. I've had a couple bags that were a bit stale, and I got these both off of Amazon. but when they're fresh, they're quite good. They're good for someone who has kind of a chips or crunchy, salty inclination. Oh, I don't know if this is going to upload. Anyway, this bag is 120 calories, 2.5 grams of fat, 15 carbs, 4 grams of fiber, 1 gram of sugar, and 12 grams of protein. So very tasty, very handy to take with you, and doesn't really look or feel or taste too much like a diet food. So that's that. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. I really appreciate comments and subscriptions. So thank you for those, and I'll try to record more videos in the future. Thanks everybody. Bye.